Because this election was an election for the people, by the people, for the city of Muncie, for a positive direction for our community.
Tonight on NewsLink Indiana, the results are in. For the first time in 20 years, the mayor of Muncie will be a Democrat. And the partisan gridlock appears to be coming to an end as well, as Democrats keep their majority on the city council. NewsLink Indiana starts now.
Live from Ball State University, news for the campus community and all of Delaware County. This is NewsLink Indiana.
A victory that hasn't happened for the Democrats since 1991, and that's in the mayoral office in Muncie. Good evening tonight. I'm Adam Fox. And I'm Julian Tikaram. Tonight we take a look at the vote totals and update you on who won the other key races in Indiana. Tyler received 56% of votes. Randa Gorn joins us live at Democratic headquarters with Mayor-elect Tyler. Randa?
Thank you, guys. I'm here with Dennis Tyler and his wife Vicki down here at the Democratic headquarters. Dennis, what was your first reaction whenever you heard that you'd won tonight?
Oh golly, quite humbling, to be honest with you. Very, very humbling. It's been a long journey with a lot of people working extremely hard, and it was exhilarating, but it was very humbling at the same time.
And now you are the first Democratic mayor Muncie has had in 20 years. How does that feel?
About like I'd probably feel if the Cubs ever won a World Series again. Yeah. Very proud to represent my party, but also to represent my community.
And what are your first steps going to be when you take office?
Putting our community together with coalitions and that there's a lot of people that have probably never been in Democrat headquarters that were up here this evening that came to me and said, you know, Dennis, as soon as you're in office, if you need us, call us and we'll be there. And I told them I'd be calling them because I think that's what we need to do. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Dennis and Vicki. Back to you guys at the studio. This is Randa Gore live for NewsLink Indiana.
Thanks, Randa. State Representative Tyler will take office and replace McShirley in Muncie City Hall in January. Now, over the past 4 years, the relationship between the city council and the mayor has been anything but civil. But with the Democrat in the mayor's office, that might change. Now, Dennis Tyler, of course, getting the mayoral nod, but when we look at the city council position, a straight sweep for the at-large bids for the Democrats. Linda Gregory will be an incumbent and will take her place leading the vote getter, and then Nora Powell, a first-time politician out of the East Central Neighborhood Association, getting 19.53% of the vote, and then Allison Quirk getting another nod and elected again for the at-large position. Now, for the three districts that had contests tonight, it was Julius Anderson out of the 6th district, and then out of the 4th district, it would be Bradley Polk, not contested there, a Republican. The 5th district, Jerry Dishman, receiving 55% of the vote, and then Mary Jo Barton out of the 3rd district defeating Joseph King, a Republican. Incumbent Mayor Sharon McShirley conceded the election after falling behind early in the polls.
We're out here at the Regency where the GOP watch party took place. When the final tally for Muncie Mayor came in, Mayor McShirley tried to call Dennis Tyler in the Democratic headquarters herself to concede the vote, but she got no answer. A tearful McShirley regrettably thanked everyone for their support thus far.
Our community has spoken, and they have chosen someone else to lead the community forward. We need to respect that.
You did it
We need to honor that.
You did it right.
Now, Mayor McShirley and the other candidates completely supported each other and held each other up tonight. Everybody's just looking forward to the next election in 4 years. From the Regency, Aaron Edwards, NewsLink, Indiana.
Now, the county clerk's office had election votes counted by 7:45 tonight, only an hour and 45 minutes after polls closed.
NewsLink's Tiara Thomas is at the county clerk's office with reaction to the vote. Tiara?
And before we have a few technical difficulties, and we'll elaborate a little bit more on the percentages of victory for the council district members.
Exactly.
Julius Anderson, 75% of the vote, just a landslide there in the 6th district on the east side of Muncie. And then the non-contested candidates were Douglas Marshall, replacing his father in the 1st district, and then in the 2nd district, Mark Conister, a Republican. And now we have Tiara live in the county clerk's office. Tiara.
Thanks, guys. And as you can see, I'm outside of the Delaware County building where just recently all the votes have been counted for. All 58 precincts have spoken, and as you know, the big news right now is Muncie has a new mayor. That's right. Dennis Tyler did beat former Mayor Sharon McShirley at the election with 56. And people are driving by, honking the horns. The atmosphere seems pretty positive out here. People are screaming out, new mayor and time for change. And as far as the city court judge goes, Diana Bennington did win that election with 58% of the votes. So she will be making her new home right across the street at the city court building. So downtown in Muncie, I'm Tiara Thomas, NewsLink, Indiana.
And thank you, Tiara, for all that good work at the county clerk's office. Now, voters headed to the polls today all across Indiana. Statewide tonight, the results prove the axiom that all politics is local. In Indianapolis, Republican Mayor Greg Ballard is maintaining his lead over Democratic challenger Melina Kennedy. He has 84,000 votes compared to Kennedy's 77,000, with 91% of the precincts in. So Ballard holding that one decently, but still pretty close. In Fort Wayne, Democratic incumbent Tom Henry has won a 2nd term. He has 50% of the vote with 98% of the precincts in. Henry defeated Republican candidate Paula Hughes. Then in Terre Haute, Republican Duke Bennett has ended a losing streak for incumbent mayors. Bennett won with 69% of the votes, and residents in the western Indiana city elected Bennett for a 2nd term Tuesday after the 4 predecessors again lost their re-elections. So Bennett in his previous election only won by a few more than 100 votes.
In the mayoral race in Evansville, Lloyd Winnicky, Republican, won with 58% of the vote. And
in South Bend, residents elected former Rhodes Scholar Pete Buttigieg, as their new mayor. The 29-year-old won with 74% of the vote. Buttigieg ran unsuccessfully for state treasurer in 2008, losing to Republican Richard Murdoch. Now, the last time a Republican was elected mayor in South Bend was 1969, and that's going to hold true for another 4 years.
In Anderson, former Mayor Kevin Smith will be mayor again. Smith, a Republican, defeated incumbent Mayor Chris Ackerman in a close race.
Back here in Delaware County, voters have overwhelmingly chosen to merge Mount Pleasant Township with Yorktown. The Star Press reports that nearly 85% of the vote there are in favor of government consolidation. And election results have been pouring in all night. Our partners at the Ball State Daily News have been using social media to update the latest numbers. Amanda Richardson is at the Daily News with more about how they're using social media to their advantage.
And for this year's election night coverage, the Daily News has been using social media to give updates throughout the night. Sarah, just exactly how are you using the social media?
Well, Amanda, we're doing, our Twitter feed is running on DN Campus and on BSU Daily News, both of those accounts. With DN Campus, we have some students that are out at the watch parties for Dennis Tyler and Sharon McShirley. They're using a hashtag of Tyler and McShirley. And then we also have updates on how the polls are coming through, and that's from BSU Daily News' Twitter account. We also have a breaking news blog, and that's where we have a story that's being updated pretty frequently. Our managing editor is in charge of that, so we're desking the story, taking notes and quotes from reporters that are out at those watch party events, and making sure that our readers feel like they're there and feel like they're getting the most coverage they can throughout the night.
Thank you so much for joining us, Sarah. In Muncie, Amanda Richardson, NewsLink, Indiana.
And thank you, Amanda. And with the great weather we had today, it just seems that Mother Nature loves elections.
I know.
High 60s in November. Jesse, is this going to stick around?
I am afraid not, Adam, but you're right. You really could not have asked for better weather on Election Day. Here in early November, we're sitting in the mid-60s right now at the 9 o'clock hour, 64 degrees. And you can thank that south wind coming in at 9 miles per hour. That's bringing in a lot of warm air, but it's not going to last very long. You can see a lot of mess working off to our west here. It's starting to push its way off to the east-northeast. Now clouds are on the increase and showers will continue to build overnight, and the rain chances will move in for early tomorrow and afternoon. And behind that cold front, expect much cooler temperatures and even the possibility of a hard freeze coming up in the midweek. We'll talk about if we can have an improvement in the forecast by the weekend and how warm the temperatures get next week in the 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. After the break, we will take another look at your local election results.
Stay tuned. An Indianapolis man was convicted of murder and attempted murder after driving into a group of people outside a central Indiana bar. Authorities say Stephen Rush of Indianapolis drove his car into the group following a fist fight outside Anderson's Oasis bar. He was sentenced to 149 years in prison.
The fire at the Occupy Muncie camp on Friday was an accident. This is according to the Delaware County Sheriff's Department. Investigators say the fire started in a prosecutor's smoldering sleeping bag. Damage was limited to a park bench and a few protesters' belongings. Commissioners will continue to welcome Occupy Muncie protesters on the sidewalks of the plaza.
Now time for a look at tomorrow's headlines tonight from our partners at the Ball State Daily News. I'm Michelle Islas, and I have a look at tomorrow's headlines tonight from our partners at the Ball State Daily News. Do not panic when sirens tomorrow go off. The National Emergency Alert System test will be held nationwide at 2 p.m. Check out how this test will benefit you. Do you love decorating for the holidays? Light Up Muncie is seeking volunteers to prepare the community for the holidays. Interested? Look for more details about this event in tomorrow's Ball State Daily News. Tomorrow's edition will also feature election turnouts along with further coverage on Elections Week. All that and more coming up in tomorrow's Ball State Daily News on newsstands across campus or online 24 hours a day at bsudailynews.com.
Republican presidential candidate Herman Cain responds to allegations of sexual harassment at an Arizona press conference. Did his remarks help or hurt his quest for the GOP nomination? Karen Kaifa reports from Washington.
I have never acted inappropriately with anyone, period.
GOP presidential candidate Herman Cain faced reporters Tuesday to deny allegations of sexual harassment leveled against him by 4 women, including Sharon Bialik.
My first response in my mind and reaction was, I don't even know who this woman is.
Cain said the controversy will not end his campaign, but his remarks came as the identity of another accuser was revealed. Karen Krashauer worked at the National Restaurant Association in the late 1990s.
She's unhappy that her name has come out, but she realized in today's day of instant communications, it's very difficult to stay private.
Cain said he recalled Krashauer's name, but told reporters Tuesday the accusations were found to be baseless. Bialik was the 4th woman to accuse Cain of sexual harassment, but the first to go public with her story. Her attorney, Gloria Allred, said Tuesday morning the accusations are to be taken seriously.
Women have a right to be free of sexual harassment, and that is why Sharon is standing up to fight back.
And so, analysts said Cain's news conference Tuesday was key, a serious test for a campaign that's made a striking ascent to the top tier of the GOP field.
He's the guy who's supposed to be different than Washington, where they think the rules don't apply to them, where they say one thing and mean another. This goes at his very core. He's fighting for his candidacy here.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
And it was a beautiful day today. I wonder if we have rain coming up for the weekend.
I hope not, Adam. Jesse Hawila will tell us after the break.
And welcome back. It's been nice today, but there's some rain coming tonight. Should we expect it over the next couple of days?
I hope not. You know what, Adam? I really would rather the snow
I think
than the rain.
It's true. Cold water's the worst.
I know.
Jesse,
Cold water.
snow soon?
You're definitely not alone in the snow department. I love snow. Unfortunately, not in our area for at least the next couple of weeks. But right now, again, you can't support snow with temperatures like that. 64 degrees the current temperature outside in Muncie. That's thanks to this southerly flow we have in advance of this cold front. Now, all these beautiful temperatures aren't going to last long, as this area of precipitation is going to work its way off to the east and northeast. And you can see we'll widen out the view here. You see a massive storm system here in part of the Central Plains. In fact, there are tornado warnings out in parts of northern Louisiana and southern Arkansas, and winter storm warnings in parts of Wisconsin. So you can see a very complex storm system moving our way, and that is going to bring us a chance for rain overnight tonight. But by midnight, we should stay dry. The clouds will be on the increase. Temperatures right around 60, and they're not going to fall too much through the overnight hours as we have the cloud deck building in. Temperatures only right around 53 degrees for the low by 5 in the morning. And now the rain chances will start to increase overnight into tomorrow morning. So again, temperatures will not budge too much this evening. 53 degrees for the low in Muncie, 53 in Newcastle, and 52 degrees for your low over in Winchester. Now we'll time out the timing of this cold front and the precipitation with Futurecast. You can see kind of a slow mover as it drifts its way off to the east, northeast very slowly by Wednesday morning and afternoon. We're going to clear things out Wednesday afternoon, and behind it we're going to build in a high pressure. Now, this isn't the friendly southerly high where it brings us warmer temperatures. This is one of the Arctic highs for this time of year, so it's going to be much noticeably colder for the beginning of the weekend. And you can see tomorrow the cold front comes in right around noon. You see we have a temperature of 57 at noon. Usually warm up throughout the evening, but you can see by 5 p.m. temperature dropping actually to 50 degrees. So tonight again, showers will be on the increase, low around 53 degrees. Tomorrow morning, bring the umbrella with you as you head out throughout the day. Shower chances should end in the mid-afternoon, high around 57 degrees. But boy, look at those temperatures after that cold front passes. Only a high of 43 on Thursday, 45 on Friday, but no rain chances for the weekend.
Hey,
it will be chilly.
Sun, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, can't complain.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll find out which 2 Ball State players received academic honors, and Ball State basketball saw some live action against Taylor last night. All that and more coming up next in sports. Well, good evening and welcome to NewsLink Sports. I'm Josh Blessing. Ball State basketball fans got their first look at the team Monday night as they hosted Taylor University in an exhibition game. The Cardinals, who are picked to finish second in the MAC West, defeated Taylor 72-47. The Cardinals controlled the game from the start, going on a 16-0 run, giving the Trojans no chance to catch back up. Sophomore Jesse Berry led Ball State with 22 points, while Jared Jones posted 16 points and 7 boards. Juwan Scaife followed close behind, chipping in 15 of his own. Well, even though Ball State's soccer team fell early in the MAC tournament just over a week ago, the team is still receiving some recognition, this time for its academics. Junior defenders Bridget Reeder and Skylar Chu have been named to the Capital One Academic All-District 3rd team. The honors mark the first time in Ball State soccer history that the 2 athletes have been recognized as academic all-district in the same season. Reeder owns a 3.92 GPA and is majoring in special education. For Chu, she owns an impressive 4.0 GPA in psychology. Both Chu and Reeder are 3-year starters and led the Cardinals to a 9-9-3 overall record this season. Well, the drama swirling around Penn State in the face of the university, head coach Joe Paterno continues to grow. It's becoming more and more likely that Paterno will leave the university amidst a sex abuse scandal involving former defensive coordinator Jerry Sandusky. Sandusky, the defensive coordinator on Paterno's 2 national championship teams back in 1980, was arrested Saturday on charges of sexually abusing 8 boys over the age of 15 years old. Reports continue to come out saying the support from the Board of Trustees is slowly eroding for Paterno. Earlier today, Paterno told reporters that he'll try to answer any questions as soon as he can. Well, the last couple of Monday Night Football games have been a bit of a disappointment, but the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles made sure to break that streak last night. To Philadelphia we go. Mike Vick on the sidelines. Chicago has won 3 of the last 4 meetings between the 2 teams. Here we go early in the Bears leading early. Jay Cutler passes to Matt Forte, but he fumbles it. Eagles return it for the easy touchdown, tying the game at 10 apiece. Later on, Forte struggling yet again in the second half, carries the ball for 6 yards, but fumbles. Eagles recover it yet again. Eagles later on make them pay. Sean McCoy runs for the first down and a whole lot more as he scores for the 33-yard touchdown. 24-7 Eagles on top. But Bears bounce back in the fourth. Jay Cutler with the quick pass to Earl Bennett in the end zone for the 5-yard touchdown. Later on, 2 minutes left in the game, 4th and 10, the Eagles decide to go for it. Vic with the pass, as you see across the middle, steps, moves up in the pocket. The pass is a little too high. Macklin falls just 1 yard short of the first down. The Bears get the ball back and would run out the clock and go on to win it with a final score of 30-24. Here's Cutler after the game.
You knew it was going to be a fourth quarter game. You knew it was going to be a tough game, both in a pivotal point in our season. Both really need this game. And defense hung in there, kept us in the game. We were able to put up some points late.
Big win for the Bears, but just kind of sad. This is the way that Joe Pa might go out. Just so many years at Penn State.
It's a pretty rough ending for what he's done for that program. Really, the face of Penn State. Like I said, it's really tough to see him go out like this.
Sad times in Happy Valley. But after the break, we'll have your entertainment news.
Thanks for tuning into your NewsLink Entertainment. I'm Aaliyah Blackburn. Ball State music students showcased their talent tonight at the second Student Jazz Combo Concert of the year. The concert took place at 7:30 this evening in Choral Hall of the Music Instruction Building. Students played a variety of different jazz tunes from a range of unique composers for the audience to enjoy. This event was free and open to the general public, so keep your eyes open for more events from the music department throughout the year. If you're interested in another Student Jazz Combo, the next one will take place in April. Award-winning poets Adam Day and Micah Ling made an appearance at Ball State this evening. Day and Ling were at the David Letterman Building to recite some of their poetry to the general audience. Day is the recipient of many awards, including the 2011 Pushcart Prize. Ling is the author of 2 books of poems and was a finalist for this year's Indiana Authors Award in the Emerging Writer category. For all the country fans out there, country singer Luke Bryan will be bringing the 10th annual Tailgates and Tan Lines Tour to Ball State's Emmons Auditorium. Bryan will also be featuring special guests. Tickets are currently on sale, $32 for adults and $27 for students with an ID. You can get in touch with the box office for more information. That's all for your NewsLink Entertainment. I'm Aaliyah Blackburn.
Thanks, Aaliyah. And 2 positions we didn't update the results on. Muncie clerk Phyllis Reagan will have 4 more years at that position. And then Diana Bennington dethrones the current Muncie judge of the Muncie City Courts, William Bruns. So Diana Bennington taking that one. Dennis Tyler taking the mayoral.
Exactly. Yeah,
Democratic
we have to talk
sweep.
about that. Yeah, and of course, I don't really think Tyler's a big surprise. The Muncie Action Plan named civility as the number 1 problem in government.
9.3 unemployment in Muncie and Delaware County. It's just tough to get elected with those numbers.
Yeah, relationships between the city council definitely played a huge part in this election, I think.
Well, that's all we have for NewsLink Indiana tonight. Join us tomorrow at 9 p.m. for more news from Delaware County and beyond.
In the meantime, you can stay up to date by following us on Twitter and liking us on Facebook. Have a great night.